Here's a little about my journey to becoming a clinical psychologist. Hello, I'm Dr. Patrice Berry, and here I share educational resources on a variety of topics. I'm frequently asked why I became a psychologist, and it really started from a negative experience that I had with a counselor that I didn't feel was really listening to me as a child, and that's really where my passion to work with children and teens came from. As a psychologist, I try to give my clients, especially children and teens, a voice because often they feel like they don't have one. I received a Bachelor of Science from Virginia Tech and went on to Regent University to complete a PsyD program, a Doctorate of Psychology. A PhD is research focused and a PsyD is focused on clinical work. Both programs do research and clinical work. The PhD is the scholar practitioner model and the PsyD is the practitioner scholar model. Typically, PhD programs tend to have more funding and maybe a little bit more competitive, whereas PsyD programs don't always have as much funding for students. So students may walk away with more debt. I completed a 1-year internship at a psychiatric hospital and was able to partner with a local community service board and also a local school and got to see how some community-based services worked. Throughout my graduate work, I did community-based services as an intensive in-home counselor and an assessor. And then once I was done with school, I still had to practice under someone else's license. It took me 1 year to complete my hours for my residency, and I passed my licensure exam. I became a psychologist because I really enjoy psychological testing. I have been in clinical practice for over 15 years, and now I'm starting to focus more on therapy, especially during this global pandemic, and my services are more online. And for me, I'm only able to do psychological testing in person. I started my own clinical practice in April of 2020, and since then, I've also started a business for my non-clinical services, which include the things I do on social media, coaching services, and also upcoming products and a book release. If you have questions for me, you can feel free to put them in the comments.